Welcome to a quick Holy Paladin PvP guide for World of Warcraft Cataclysm. Holy Paladin in Cataclysm is extremely powerful. I put it in S tier as the best healer in the game alongside Resto Shaman. Holy Paladin is super bulky. He's got a bunch of instant cast spells like Holy Shock that also procs your instant Flash of Light. You also have a bunch of defensive cooldowns including Divine Shield, Hand of Protection, and Divine Protection that also boosts your speed through this talent, Speed of Light, by 60%. You can also mitigate some damage that your party receives by using Hand of Sacrifice. And for burst healing, you have Avenging Wrath, Divine Favor. All these spells and the entire toolkit of Holy Paladin is very straightforward and simple to use. This is the regular build that I'm using most of the time. Optional talents include Blessed Life. You could go for 2 out of 2, but I think 1 out of 2 is enough to give you that extra holy power if you're being attacked. And in Battlegrounds, you might consider running Light of Dawn in case you're healing multiple targets stacked together, but I found myself not really using it in BGs anyway. For glyphs, your best prime glyphs are Glyph of Holy Shock, Glyph of World of Glory, and Glyph of Seal of Insight. For your major glyphs, you go Turn Evil, Hammer of Justice, and Cleansing. And for your minors, you go Blessing of Kings, Insight, and Blessing of Might. For your gear, you want to go full PvP gear, as many PvP parts as you can get. One exception is trinkets, especially on the earlier seasons. Darkmoon card Tsunami is the best in slot trinket. It increases your spirit and your mana regeneration by a lot, so it's a must-have. However, the trinket is also very expensive and will cost you a lot of gold. But there's help. Ungrinding.com. Ungrinding provides a large selection of games and services. Guarantee of order completion or money back, leveling, raids, dungeons, gearing, and more. Providing handmade gold only. Use promo code UNGRIND to get a 10% discount to your order. You can find a special link in the pinned comment. The stats you want to prioritize is Intellect number 1. For Meta Socket, you want to go plus 54 Intellect and 3% increased crit effect, since Critical Strike is your number 1 secondary stat right after Intellect. Nothing else really matters, you just want to go maximum Intellect and maximum Critical Strike so that your Holy Shocks crit as much as possible, granting you Infusion of Light for those instant cast Flash of Lights. And finally, for your healing rotation or spell priority, use Holy Shock number 1. That's the number 1 spell you use every time it goes off cooldown. Then you use Flash of Light for instant cast if you can't afford to cast, or Divine Light in case you're not being interrupted and you can manage to cast it off. Your Holy Power Spender is Word of Glory, which provides an insane amount of healing, costs you no mana, and has no cooldown. It is single target, so every time you hit 3 holy power, you gotta use that Word of Glory. And if you're in trouble, you can use it even with 2 or even just 1 holy power. You pretty much never use Holy Light, it's useless, its cast time is too long. You pretty much never use Holy Radiance in PvP, its cast time is too long and it's not very efficient. Before the fight, don't forget to apply your Beacon of Light. Of course, use Seal of Insight at all times, that's your number 1 healing seal. And use your Blessing of Kings in case there's no similar buff. Otherwise, if there was a druid in the party, use Blessing of Might. Use Turn Evil to fear the gargoyles, the ghouls, the warlock pets, or the DK's Lichborn with the glyph that makes it instant cast. For your best arena compositions, I would play with number 1 Unholy Death Knight, and you could also consider classes like Feral Druids, Arms Warriors, even Fire Mages with some PV items are really good. And then for 3v3, you can mix it up with Hunters for extra crowd control, Frost or Fire Mage. Affliction Warlock is really good for 3v3 with Holy Paladin. You could even play double Paladin and choose to play with Retribution for that double freedom, double sacrifice. Overall, as I said, Holy Paladin, perfect for beginners, but you can go super far with it even if you're an advanced player. Totally rank 1 worthy, amazing in Battlegrounds and every single PvP scenario. So if you're a Holy Paladin, congratulations. Thanks for watching, like the video, comment, tell me what kind of guide you want to see next, and see you in World of Warcraft.